First rule of being the hotel inspector is never assume you've seen it all. That looks like the wall is extruding a poo. I'm Alex Polizzi, and I'm an award-winning hotelier. But it's Britain's worst hotels that give me sleepless nights.
Let me out! Just stop it! There's no point going on with this, is there?
Oh, my God.
I've seen the bizarre. We've got board full of boobs. The ridiculous. This is a very awkward little space. Do you like guests? And the downright ugly. It looks like a crack den. I always think I've scraped the bottom of the barrel, but I never quite have. I've brought countless hotels back from the brink. Hoteliers think they know what to expect from me. This time, I'm coming with a few new tricks up my sleeve. Alex Polizzi.
No, that's a surprise.
Alex here! That is a bad attitude, and you want to get out of it.
10 21-year-old Irish girls.
Coming tonight?
Yes.
You're not
stay.
serious?
I am serious. I want to close the bear for business. I think you're a great mum. I just don't think you're a very good boss to them. I don't want to hear bitching and moaning.
I am out.
This week, an eco-friendly lodge. I was bitten by bedbugs with a not-so-friendly owner.
I actually can't stand tourists.
He's got bats in his belfry.
All the energy has to go for me yet again.
I'm not playing this game. I'm going to a really quirky building that has been one man's idea and passion. I'm hoping I find something that is really going to capture my imagination. The Gyreum is a 30-bed eco-lodge.
Whoop. Ta-ding. I just see this as normal. I never understood this notion of alternativeness.
Built by owner Colm Stapleton to his own unique design.
I thought I'll design a building where the entrances are linked to the solstice. So this is the sun, the sunset of the winter solstice, and its light goes and makes a line which goes through the little hole in the door and hits the chimney here. Does that make any sense?
When I was little and I saw the plans for it, I guess I thought it was really cool because I thought it looked like a spaceship.
Created as an eco-home, mounting costs to maintain the huge structure forced Colm to open the doors to paying guests who were attracted by the building's eco-friendly credentials.
So what is it? I suppose it's a bit posher than a hostel and it's a lot less personalised than a guest house, which doesn't help very much for branding, does it? Exactly.
But Colm's vision hasn't worked, and the positive energy has turned downright negative, just like the occupancy levels.
Empty, empty, empty. Yeah, 30 beds empty.
And a raft of bad reviews.
I am exhausted with that kind of TripAdvisor fussy thing. Just like the place or don't like the place.
Have left Colm bitter and defensive.
I actually can't stand tourists. Hello, Gyreum Eco Lodge.
Oh God, so Dad with guests, he's either brilliant or terrible.
No, we'd have to open the place specially for you, so not ideal at that time of the year. Yeah, so sorry to be awkward, but that's how it is. You almost have to take it as a given that I'm exhausted with the place. Like that should be a given.
His patience with the place is so at the brink at this point, like it's so near, it's the end of his tether.
Colm's reluctance as a hotelier has left Finn, his daughter and resident chef, dealing with the consequences.
He's just kind of reached his maximum tolerance level, which is not great because then sometimes you're maybe left to smooth things over afterwards.
The lodge's shared style of accommodation will be a first for me. I already know I'm going to have to do communal showering, which is one of my favourite experiences.
Shower 1, without the vine. Shower 2, without the vine. And then shower 3 has a vine. Now it's autumn, so obviously vine's looking a bit down.
And I'm going to sleep in a dorm, so it's going to be very interesting.
She's either into the adventure or she's not. It's just how it is. It's just...
I mean, inevitably, I'm expecting to have to share this space with a lot of beards and rucksacks. But the realities are that even though ecotourism is a growing sector, it doesn't mean that eco-tourists are any less demanding. With the Eco-Lodge taking barely enough money to break even, the business and column are both on the brink.
I don't know if you can take along much longer without help, to be honest.
It's not working.
Because he put so much, literally blood, sweat and tears into it. I think he really wouldn't want to have to let it go.
With everything he's worked for at stake, Column's hoping I can put the magic back into his failing business.
I'd love her to be like Mary Poppins, who twinkled her nose. What was the trick? She used to go spit spot and everything was fine, all the drawers would be neat. Was it clapping? No, I think it was twinkle nose.
The initial impact is extraordinary. I've never been anywhere like this before. You know, the weather in Ireland is not known for its balmy sunshine, so it looks like this building's taken a bit of attrition and that maintenance hasn't kept up with the damage being done. It looks like it needs a bit of love and attention. I hope the inside makes a better first impression.
There's no need to bow. There's no need to bow.
Column.
It's not that kind of place.
Okay,
yeah,
thanks.
there you go. Alex, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know what I was expecting, but this is lovely.
Oh, right.
As you built it, did you think, I'm going to have this great big space, what am I going to do with it? Or did you build it thinking, great, people will want to come and see it and stay?
Yeah, it was kind of... some of the Kevin Costner idea of building they'll come, but I wasn't sure what it was. And I'm still fishing for that idea of what it is.
Who comes here?
They are yoga groups, team building groups, family gatherings, workshops, that kind of thing. But there's just not enough of them.
OK, show me around, please.
I will. So this is...
First stop for any visitor is the Great Hall, a bizarre combination of living, dining and sleeping areas where basic cubicles provide beds for 9 guests.
So these were built about 2 years ago, and the idea was that they should have a bit of Japanese, what they call the geisha girl effect. You could do like that and go all out.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. You're impressed.
And so, presumably, it's a kind of lights on, lights off scenario.
It's not a good thing, that, yeah.
For guests seeking a slightly less communal experience, there are also 2 double rooms and 3 dormitories. And the sharing vibe continues with a communal shower block.
Even in the depths of winter, we have this, well, this is slightly al fresco, 3 showers. And there's another one.
Fine.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. And
Jeez, Louise, I'm gonna have to gird my loins to shower. I'm the most cold-blooded.
Oh, really?
Yes. I have to say to you, this is not my usual stamping ground.
Really?
I know. I'm sure I surprised you.
yeah. Yeah. Okay.
This is an unusual kind of venture for me.
Okay. Yeah.
But I am going to enter into the spirit of it all. But after a tour of the frankly tatty, unwelcoming accommodation, I'm feeling well and truly out of my comfort zone. It just feels a bit joyless. I sleep badly in my own home, in my own bed, next to my own husband, let alone in a room surrounded by other people snoring, farting and belching. It feels a bit granola crunchy worthy. Why not just flay yourself and wear sackcloth and ashes? I don't care if it's 5-star luxury or eco. Guests want a good bed, clean linen, a decent bathroom. If you get those basics right, in my experience, people will forgive you almost anything. I can see the flaws in this so clearly. I actually love the structure of the building, and I absolutely hate the feeling that the kind of life's blood has drained out of it a bit. I think the building is a reflection of Colum. I'm starting to realise that Colum's attitude might be a problem for the business. It's time to tackle the issue head on. Do you like guests? I mean, I think that's my answer right there.
Do I like guests? I like likeable guests.
Yeah.
Definitely over the years, I have been ground down by trying to provide experiential, happy, clappy time to people, and it is very exhausting.
I want to see for myself what Colum's made of. I've arranged a surprise booking that will put his customer relations to the test. Heading to the lodge are a group who'll be checking in for 24 hours to review everything Colum has to offer. I've got some people coming to stay tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight.
Coming tonight?
I have got 10 21-year-old Irish girls.
Coming tonight?
Yes,
You're
to
not
stay.
serious?
I am serious.
You are serious, okay.
And we've got 4 people who are particularly interested in the eco side. If we want this to be marketed as somewhere that's for groups, I want to see it full of people and see how it works.
Feck.
I just would have expected a little bit more. There's some broken windows.
Have we got enough plates? I feel like Colum's been absent.
Kind of been swanning about a bit.
I need your engagement, because
Yeah,
otherwise
I
what
know.
makes me give a fuck
no, I know
about
that,
this
no, I did
place?
that.
I'm in Ireland at the Gyreum Eco Lodge. I've decided to surprise owner Colum. I've invited a group of eco-conscious guests to stay the night. I hope that when he comes to welcome the guests, he will be charming and engaged and informative and enthusiastic. Tomorrow, they'll give owner Colum their verdict on his accommodation and their overall experience.
So, welcome to the Gyreum. Have you guys heard of this place before? No. None of you have?
He normally does a really nice introduction when everyone arrives.
If you read the signs, you'll get a better sense of how it's lined up to the solstices and all that kind of thing.
So why don't we show everyone the available living spaces?
Yeah.
He's a little stressed out.
I don't know, where are we going to... Well, there's dorms for you all. There's a dorm there, and a dorm there, and then you're welcome to use the individual cubicles as you wish.
Yeah, because I thought it went that way. No, I think you just leave there.
But Colum's cubicles are proving to be something of a challenge.
The other thing we were wondering was, because Catherine's a snorer, so will that cover? Left block out the side.
So shall we try?
Let's try it.
Be careful.
It's a bit hot.
The reality of sharing a shabby dormitory with a roommate for the first time is also raising some unexpected issues. I don't like this too much, and then I don't think you could sleep with your head next to my
Oh,
feet.
God, no. No,
You'd
I
have
can't
to
do that.
turn. Embracing communal living is one thing, but it turns out Colum's lacklustre accommodation doesn't even provide the basics. There are no curtains. Any chance of rigging up something across the window?
Oh, yeah. There's a hooks there.
Because I'm slightly kind of shy about.
Oh, your nakedness.
And the bare essentials are failing to impress even the most experienced eco-tourists in the group.
I suppose they're not paying, so they're not going to be too grumbly.
I just would have expected a little bit more. There's some broken windows and some lights are not finished or broken. And the bedding as well. I would definitely
The mattresses
change.
are incredibly uncomfortable. This one has a hole in it.
I've stayed in quite a lot of hostels around Europe and stuff at similar pricing, and I think that these types of things would need to be looked at. Yeah.
Finn's here, so she's good at kind of buffering me from the full onslaught of Joe Public or Josephine Public.
The Eco Lodge doesn't automatically serve food to all its guests, so I've asked Finn to put on a set meal for the evening.
We've got roasted chicken, Duchess potatoes, minty peas.
Do I need to get extra chairs? Oh no, this one's over here.
Yeah. Oh no, that's not going to work. Let's just.
I'll sit over here. Yeah, that's a good idea. Sit down there. While Finn rustles up supper, Colum is missing in action. Does anyone want a little soupçon of... Leaving me to entertain his guests.
What we've got, girls.
Pass it along.
I've kind of been swanning about a bit and not getting too involved in the different bits.
I feel like Colum's been a bit absent. He certainly hasn't been Lord of the Manor. The food was really good. So Finn can obviously cook. But I do think there needs to be someone kind of really making sure that people are jollied up and G'd up and just having a good time. I mean, that's what hospitality is about. It's about being a host.
As we all bunk down for the night together, the scale of the problem is starting to hit home.
This place could be amazing, but it's going to take an awful lot of work, and I'm not sure that Colum's got the energy. My better chance is to try and encourage him to a degree where he just can find the joy that drove him to set this up in the first place. I mean, this is a bonkers, brilliant, beautiful idea. It's just... it hasn't worked out as well as he thought it would, and I think it's obviously lost momentum.
As dawn breaks over the lodge, there's one more exercise in ecotourism that I have not been looking forward to. Although the recycled rainwater is warmed using renewable energy, the communal shower block isn't heated. Even in the height of winter. I've had a rude awakening, but now Colum must face feedback, not only from me, but from 14 other guests.
It was a really unpleasant night's sleep. There was a lot of condensation on the glass, and the mattress is like right up beside it. So one part of the mattress was very wet, and my duvet was very wet, and it was quite cold and damp. And there were loads of springs in it, so I got like a really sore side. But the food was lovely. Finn is an amazing cook. I really enjoyed that whole aspect.
It needs a lot of detail to be repaired and everything, because the windows are broken and it's damp and some lights are not working.
I was sleeping over there in one of the little kind of compartments, and there was no light whatsoever. So when I got up to go to the toilet in the middle of the night, and I walked into the shutter, and just kind of little details would really kind of go a long way with the place. Like a bit of TLC would really help it, I think.
You need a kind of constant minister for the minutiae. That's almost what you need.
Well, that's what a manager is.
Is it? All right, okay.
I think like all of the information with regards to how you run the building could be available in your signs. And it's an eco lodge.
I mean, you know, the hot water is rainwater. He uses wind and solar to heat and light this place. I mean, I think things like that should be more evident. Do you agree?
Yeah. Yes.
To a certain degree, that's just simply my own languor. Like, I can make promises, oh yeah, all the tweaky bits will get done. That's never going to happen. People could tell me 1,000 times it needs doing, and I know it needs doing, and I know 1,000 other things need doing, but they just don't get done.
I think, as always, the best thing is to say, yes, it's possible, and then work out how to do it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, I want to just lie in a hammock and it'll all happen. I'm absolutely pooped with that kind of stuff.
I don't think the complaints fell on deaf ears. I just think that, you know, he just can't be asked. What am I to do?
I question Colum's commitment to turning the business around, but I want to find out if Finn thinks her dad is up to the job.
Why do you think your dad's fallen out of love with this place?
I think stress just kind of got to him. So just too many little bits and pieces kind of falling down, and he's trying to look after people and keep them happy, and then at the same time it just kind of all started to pile up, I'd say.
It is true, there are so many little bits and bobs that need sorting. Yeah. And I mean, it seems like an enormous hill to climb if it's one man and his toolbox.
Did he ever tell you about the Irish term, a mehel?
No.
So it basically is the idea of when a community all come together to work on one person's place to do it up. So,
yes.
And they stay the night and do work during the day.
He's going to have to call in a few favours, I think.
Yeah.
And hopefully help him draw a line under the bits and bobs that need doing. Then we can really market the hell out of this place. You know, he's in the position of most people running an unsuccessful business. It's an uphill bloody struggle, but you either kind of wash your hands and walk away, or you have to summon the strength from somewhere to roll up your sleeves and get stuck in again.
I'm convinced his lack of commitment is holding the business back. I need Colm to overcome his apathy and tackle the long list of failings.
The first thing we need to do is get a load of volunteers here to chop up all the old furniture that you don't want anymore, get rid of it, scrub the place, paint the bits that need painting, fill the bits that need filling. On my side, what I would like to do is I would like to replace every mattress and every pillow in the place. I would like to take away all the bed linen. I would like there to be curtains. I'd like there to be a little light on in every cell as I'm thinking of them in my head. Further to that, we have to sell it to people. So we need to do a lot of the work on your website and how you tell the story.
If Colm can tailor his offering to the different requirements of groups, I believe he can start to turn a profit from structured food offerings, the venue and its stunning location.
If you are a group who likes walking, this is how we could set out a weekend for you. If you're a group who likes surfing, you have to do that thinking for people. Is this what you were expecting to hear?
It is, yeah. Obviously, I was just hoping I could kind of disappear into a cocoon and come back and for what I call the oh my God factoring, as opposed to, the gun includes slog, yeah.
I need your engagement, because otherwise what makes me give a fuck about this place?
I did know that.
And also, the reason I wanted to come here was because I was inspired by your vision.
Okay.
But ultimately, I walk away, this place still limps along, unless there's somehow more of a vision put back into it about how you can actually manage the whole thing of this place. You know, in the next 6 weeks, the plan is we need to really see this in motion so that hopefully we see the effects this season.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the idea.
Yeah.
Okay? Deal?
Deal, yeah.
I think if Colm makes me a promise, I'm going to believe him. I'm someone who tends to believe that someone who shakes my hand is going to be a man of their word. He says he's going to pull out his finger, get on with what he has to do.
But as soon as I leave, I'm kicking myself that I should have got my promise in writing.
All I'm hearing is you're going to be fucking busy for 6 weeks. Like, the idea of trying to get a team together to do all this stuff is not interesting to me. I don't want to get involved with it. You know, I thought Mary Poppins was to come in the parachute and go, lights there, we need that has to be painted, that. Just all the energy has to come from me yet a fucking again. That's the feeling. And that I'm getting fuck all out of it. And that's what's fucking pissing me off.
In Ireland, my plan to turn around the ailing fortunes of the Gyreum Eco Lodge have not gone down well with owner Colm.
All the energy has to come from me yet a fucking again. That's the feeling. And that I'm getting fuck all out of it.
Colm needs his business to pay its way, but he's unhappy with the effort required.
This is an email from Colm.
He wants me to do more.
Walls, windows, surround ceilings, loft. All the nitty-gritty of makeover is not our responsibility. Honestly, I think he's got bats in his belfry. I think I made it perfectly clear to him that unless he discovers a kind of fire in his belly to accomplish some tasks that need doing, I don't know why anyone else would be inspired to do it for him. I'm not playing this game.
With the success of my business plan in jeopardy, I need to talk to Colm.
I wanted to talk to you because I know that after I left, then you said that you were very disappointed in what I had said, and I find it... I would like to kind of clarify things between us.
In honesty, when the next day I just thought, oh God, this is no substance, was the kind of feeling.
I'm certainly not. I'm not Mary Poppins. I don't come with a magic wand. I just come with lots of experience and goodwill. The uplift of your business is not created by me alone. It's created by both of us putting our heads together and working out how best to kind of sell the product that you've got.
Very good.
All right, thank you, Colm. Bye.
I was really excited about this project. But now I'm disappointed because Colm expects me to stump up, dig deep and basically do everything. I've got no choice but to take on the lion's share because he sure as hell ain't doing anything.
Martha, how are you? You well, Chris?
Hey, Colm, how are you?
Who are these bairns?
Left with the choice of walking away or taking Colm at his word, I'm pressing on. I've drafted in a group of green volunteers to tackle the neglected maintenance, so my design team can begin work on a radical upgrade of the lodge's best asset, the Great Hall.
It's all go. I'm going to clear up some things.
Rooms might be shared, but sleeping areas can be tailored for individuals. We're using bold colour around the beds. Each pod will get a bespoke mattress and an individual light and storage. I'm giving Colm a template, one I hope he'll emulate throughout the building. With my design plan in action, I can now turn my attention to the Gyreum's outdated website. It doesn't talk about the process of building it, which is a very interesting story. It doesn't talk about its eco-credentials, which is critical. It just sits there uselessly, not working as a marketing tool in the way that it should. I've called in a team of digital marketing specialists, and it doesn't take them long to work out why Colm's occupancy levels are so low.
When you first land on the page, it's not instantly obvious what it is you're looking at.
It says the most extraordinary building in Ireland, but yet there's not one picture of the building itself.
And then beyond that, you need to give people a sense of the experience that you would get if you booked it as a group.
There's no desire there, there's no information which should make you think this is the place for me to stay. Yeah. And that's what we need to achieve.
Website overhaul underway, I want to bring the Eco Lodge to the attention of a whole new audience. I've arranged for a party of eminent travel experts to stay the night.
Polizzi, Alex. Shit. What does she want? I have to get my glasses. I've invited a select group of guests to come and experience the Gyreum and the changes that have occurred there. Some of these people are from the press and others are reps from outdoor activities. Companies who, if impressed by what they see, may make a group booking.
And to make sure they are impressed, I expect Colm to organise a package of food and activities to show them the Eco Lodge at its best.
It's a valuable opportunity for the Gyreum, one that I hope you will make the most of. Wow. That sounds good.
I can use my little black book and my powers of persuasion to get industry insiders to visit the place, but my influence ends there. It's down to Colm to deliver an experience they're all going to get excited about. After 2 months of frankly hard graft, I'm returning to the lodge to make sure my vision is finished to perfection and that Colm steps up and pulls out all the stops.
I'm feeling quite anxious about how today's going to go. I think Colm really needed to step up. You have one shot at something like this and you can't afford to mess it up. Not only is the Gyreum's future at stake, as usual, it's my reputation on the line too. I must be mad. Hi, Colm.
Oh, Alex, you're here.
We've got lots of people coming.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, I hadn't forgotten.
No. So I think the first priority is just to get shipshape. We'll get rid of lots of boxes and rubbish and lay out everything as it should be done.
Okay.
And there's one job that's top of my list.
The most important thing that you can do is check these mattresses. I got bed bugs when I was here.
What?
Yeah, I did. I had
the
bites.
last visit?
I had bites.
Oh, dear God.
So,
no good.
It won't be the first time and it won't be the last.
Look how clean even the mattresses we throw away are. She probably got them somewhere else. I imagine she did.
With the old bedding dispensed with, my upgrade of the cubicles is taking shape.
I think they're just so much more cheerful. And I think there's two things. They're more fit for purpose, they're cosier, they offer a bit more privacy. However, the experience, one wants to be really comfortable.
A philosophy that extends to my design scheme for the rest of the Great Hall.
Oh, and that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Despite my initial fears, Colm is mucking in.
It's so pretty, I don't know why we throw it out.
We've given him a temporary boost, but that doesn't change the fact that, you know, once we're gone, how's he going to manage this place?
Having spotted the potential of the lodge's food as a major revenue stream, I've asked Finn to showcase the offering to her influential guests.
What are you doing tonight
So,
for guests?
3-course dinner.
Yeah.
Pulling out the stops. So the starter, it's kind of all Spanish themed.
I think we need to start thinking about how groups are coming in, what kind of menus could be done, start putting together pricing packages. I am not convinced that this place is nearly as interesting as a kind of chalet, come cook your own.
Okay.
I think the way that you most add value
is when they've already going to get their food.
Is they're going to get their food. You know, this is really important because I want this to be the foundation for a more successful Gyreum.
With time running out, there's a more immediate problem that I think could derail tonight's guests before they even get inside.
The only other thing that I really noticed driving up is that enormous pothole.
Oh, look at all them stones over there.
Lovely. Do you need help? Shall I give you a hand?
Yes. Can you manage that, sir?
Yes, of course I can.
Jesus, Maria. So brave. Maybe you'd like to stay here.
Ah, you're a funny man.
You've done this before. Is that it? I think that's it.
I think that will do.
And they're not arriving in a 54-seater bus,
No,
are they?
no.
That's all right.
Now complete, my design for the Great Hall has created a magical communal space to socialise and sleep. Repainting the bland white walls with warm natural tones, replacing all the shabby mattresses and bed linen, adding individual courtesy lights and privacy curtains has turned the basic cubicles into intimate and cosy sleep pods. Around the fire pit, luxurious cushions and rugs create a communal seating area that's the heart of the building. With the guests imminent, I still need to impart some advice to Colm that I hope will make the business more profitable going forward.
You've got to work out add-ons like you know, price per head for food. And I think the way that you're going to make money out of this is by doing half board, full board. They come here, they have to have breakfast here, they have to have dinner here. If they choose to bugger off and have lunch in a pub somewhere, that's fine. We're talking about adding value, showing that you're professional. This is about hospitality.
Yes.
So you built this.
Yes.
Now we have to find a formula that allows it to work. I'm trying to give you the kind of pillars of how this might be a successful business. Very simply. But the main thing tonight is we want to put on a fucking good show. Yeah?
I've invited an array of influential travel experts to stay the night. From the founder and CEO of Ecotourism Ireland and the co-founder of Rough Guides to travel bloggers and tour group operators. Their opinions could make or break the Gyreum.
How are you doing?
How are you? I'm Colm.
Russell from Vagabond Tours. Quite a place to have.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
Magic.
it's been here 12 years.
And
Yeah, built it with my delicate hands.
What do you think?
The place looks
looks
unbelievable.
awesome, yeah.
We were here years ago, like.
Yeah, it wasn't as flash as this one is. Like.
So this is the Great Hall of the People. The Great Round Hall of the People.
And have you done some work on this recently?
In the past 48 hours? Yes.
Faced with a room full of people who really know their stuff, impressing my guests isn't going to be a pushover.
Eco and calling something an eco lodge isn't good enough anymore. People want to know about the type of food, the type of bed, the type of service.
First up, the rainwater showers. Their attraction lies only in their eco-credentials, which Colm must sell.
3 showers, all from geothermally heated and all the water rain harvest, so very soft for the hair.
He's on a roll, even turning on the charm.
You've a great hairstyle.
Oh, thanks.
Extraordinary. I've never seen it. Amazing. Each one has a torch. There you go. There's another one. And there's your switch, and there's your courtesy towel. Or your complimentary towel. It says nice things about you. And
I think he's having a moment of kind of belated pride in his project. And I'm really glad. I want him to enjoy it again. I want him to be happy. You know, it's so hard to do this kind of business unless you can take some kind of pleasure in it.
So these are hamon and melon, but those ones are aubergine, so those ones are happy for vegetarians and vegans.
Everyone is talking. This place looks beautiful. I'm just not sure how Colum's going to be able to replicate this again. My instinct is to make everything perfect and immaculate and just wonderful every time. And I'm not sure how able Colum is to do that, but, you know, I'll find out tomorrow.
And with the future of the business riding on Colum's organisational skills...
Do we really have time for both things? I just want to do it properly, whatever we're doing.
Will my gamble pay off?
Pick something, sort it out, get it done. There's everything to lose here.
I've convinced the travel industry's toughest reviewers and local tour bookers to spend a night at the Gyreum. If Colum can impress them, they could recommend the Eco Lodge to their tour groups and readers.
This is brilliant, and it is setting something in motion that was never going to happen in a long time.
It's not over yet. We're only halfway through. He's still got to show his guests some of the possibilities of excursions and activities to do in the neck of the woods. Morning. Did you sleep?
Yeah, we did, yeah. Someone was having a good snore, but figuring it out though.
My redesign of the sleeping quarters has impressed the pros. But to promote the whole Eco Lodge experience, I've asked Colum to organise an itinerary of activities.
OK, shall we get started?
And now I want to see if he's stepped up.
Over to you, mate.
Over to me immediately, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do think, we're going to go out and do stand-up paddle boarding and go and visit Moitura.
I would imagine it'd be easier if they've changed here and then we probably just ferry people up rather than trying to walk.
Oh, yeah, but in terms of the walkabout then, how do we work that?
We'll come back and change.
Oh, God, no, that's not a great idea. Because we'll be out and about to come back again.
Colum's itinerary means the group will have to dress for a water sports lesson and then go hiking in their wetsuits.
Time for wetsuit.
Colum,
Yes.
do we really have time for both things?
Well, by the skin of the teeth, in a kind of a way.
I just want to do it properly, whatever we're doing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So, wetsuits, can we bring them with us? Where are they? In the thing? Where's John? John.
My VIPs are in limbo.
But for God's sake, it's not that complicated. You've got 8 people. You know, do we have time to paddleboarding and a walk? No. Therefore, pick something, sort it out, get it done. I can't teach him how to do this. He either can do it or he can't. He's either interested in making a good impression or he's not. Over to him. There's everything to lose here, so, you know.
With the lodge's reputation hanging in the balance, Colum's daughter Finn takes control.
Okay, cool. So the handiest thing is probably to change here, get the wetsuits on, drive past the nice things to look at.
Yes.
And that gives you more time in the water and there's no rush.
Yes.
No worries. Cool.
So we're getting changed now then?
Yeah, be handier.
So what are we doing? What's the final decision?
Change clothes, go, and on the route, go, here's the thing, here's the thing.
Yeah,
here's the
lovely.
thing.
Much more
There you
sensible.
go. Much
don't
more
you think?
sensible.
Great.
Super duper.
Great. Kit off, please. Love saying those words.
With the itinerary now cut in half, Colum has only one shot to impress.
Beware of the Darku. Is that his name, the fellow? There's a monster lives in here.
Is there?
Yeah. The first safety issue is that you have to, if the Darku comes at you, just very firmly
Don't use
towards
the paddle.
Don't use the paddle.
Don't use the paddle. I don't want my paddles damaged.
Over. Oh, shoot.
This group of thrill seekers have seen it all.
At least one of them's going to go in.
But has Colum's offering made the grade?
What are the high points of the Gyreum? And do you think you're going to be able to use it in the future?
Yeah, so the high points are definitely how unique it is.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, you've got all these lovely hikes and lovely activities around, but the selling point would nearly be the Gyreum itself, you know. We could definitely do some business and we will definitely try.
With one good review, Martin Dunford could put the Eco Lodge on the International Tourist Trail.
So what do you think of the Gyreum?
I like it. It's unique, and it's a sort of it's nice to stay in somewhere that's kind of one person's vision.
Do you think you will be able to write about it in one way or another.
Yeah, we do recommend places that you can hire out for groups, but there aren't that many good ones, and there aren't that many that are quite so unusual as this.
And with a really good food,
Great food, yeah, the food was brilliant last night. I think that should be part of the offering.
I agree.
I think he can do that, judging on what we had last night and what we had this morning.
OK, 1, 2, 3, jump!
Today has proved that a stay at the lodge needs to extend beyond a bed for the night.
My impression, and I don't know if you think this is unfair, is there's an element to Colm of I have built it, they will come. And then when they haven't, he's kind of gone, OK, well, now what? And it's kind of slightly dampened his ardour.
Yeah, he's not alone. A lot of tourism businesses in Ireland have done that and not taken on the responsibility of they are responsible for it. It's not the tourist board. It's not one journalist. I think personal responsibility for a business is key.
With a fabulous new take on communal accommodation and a redesigned website that coherently sells this place, my only concern now is Colm.
Our guests have left. It's all been lovely. All happy, smiley, shiny people, all with very nice things to say about the Gyreum. It's kind of time I sat down with Colm to iron out a few things and hopefully to kind of set him on the course going forward. It was very successful.
Ah, it was.
They liked you.
Yes.
They really liked you. They found you hospitable and engaging, and you were. Now we have to make you into a really good hospitality provider. You know, it's not just heads on beds. Everyone's buying into an experience. And I think the way that you make money here and the way you add value to the place is through the food.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're making a kind of minimum amount
Yeah.
for an enormous amount of hassle. There seems to be, an encouraging difference in you from how you were quite defensive when I came last time. And you're very expansive and you're in a very good mood. But it's easy to be that when,
I know when all this
of this is happening. And I think, it starts raining tomorrow and you're all alone. And I don't want you to get into that state again.
No. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you've met grumpy fella.
I have met I've met evil twin Colm. And this was your dream, but we want to make sure that your dream stays sweet for you and kind of comes good.
Yeah.
But don't take your eye off the prize, which is just having this place full with people who get to enjoy it and enjoy the surroundings and the activities and the hospitality and the
Thank you very much.
Thank you for thanking me.
Yeah, and thank you for your patience.
No. It's my stock in trade. People always saying to me, how can you be so patient?
Oh, really?
And they don't know that I go home and I grind my teeth like...
I'm still not entirely convinced that Colm is listening. I hope, after all the work I've put in, that he gets his mojo back.
Hopefully, at the last, you've made a difference. I mean, I have no idea what's going to happen next because I'm not quite sure that I've got the measure of Colm. But it's all in his hands now.
New Hotel Inspector returns same time next week. Next tonight, there's a shopping task. Is Chelsea really the right man to lead the housemates to the prize? Well, he does rate himself. But we'll see next in Big Brother.